Hi, everyone. I'm Radley Valentine, and this is RadScopes for 2018, Angel Messages for the year ahead. So before I actually get started with the RadScopes themselves, I kind of wanted to talk to you a little bit about 2017. So 2017, I think for a lot of us, was a little unexpected. I'll just go out on a limb and say 2017 was just weird. And frankly, if you had told me a year ago some of the things that were going to happen in this year, I would have told you were just out and out silly. You're just like, no, that is not going to happen. You're crazy. That is not going to happen. But here we are. Here we are. And because of some of the things that happened in late 2016, I think a lot of people went into 2017 with a lot of anxiety and worry. Others were more optimistic, but what I heard most really was fear. A lot of you didn't know what to expect. And then other things happened that might have sent your personal or spiritual worlds into some sort of reeling uncertainty, and that also created a situation where you didn't quite know what to do. People felt lost, some felt scared, some felt really thrown off their game. And one of the things that I noticed is that some people found footing really, really fast. Others, it took a little time. And I'm still hearing from some of you. Some of you are still trying to find your footing. You're still working on it. Every year when I do RadScopes for the coming year, it's just inevitable. It's just inevitable. Some signs sound more positive and some signs sound like they're going to have more of a challenging year. But one of the things that you always have to remember is free will. Now, this is a big thing that I talk about in my new book, How to Be Your Own Genie, is free will. No reading is ever fated. No reading is ever fated. If you don't like the reading that you get today for your particular sign, guess what? I'm not God. Well, maybe God is within me, but God is also within you. And God is also within you. And so if you don't like it, take action. Work with your angels and the divine to do the things that it takes in order for you to get the joy that you are seeking and the life that you are seeking. Because there is magic inside of you. There's magic inside of you, and it's magic that comes from Source. So if you really want to make changes, you can do that, or you can coast. And the thing about coasting is that making choices is very powerful on a spiritual level, but not making choices is also very powerful on a spiritual level. For those of you who are still struggling with some of the things that happened in 2017, I really want to tell you something. Your own guidance is the thing that matters the most. You can learn from spiritual teachers, and heaven knows that being a spiritual teacher and having some of you listen to me and get some sort of guidance from that is one of the greatest joys of my life. But I'm also equally joyful, equally happy if I say something to you and that guidance does not resonate. You're just like, no, that doesn't sound like truth to me. Well, that makes me happy too. Because if by that, you're just going to turn around and go in the opposite direction, but that's the direction for you that leads to joy. And so I'm still honored. I'm still a part of the divine if what I say does not resonate for you, so that you can go after what does resonate for you. It also empowers you. Not to say that if I say something that the divine has told me or the angels have told me and you follow that as unempowering, you're choosing to know and to resonate and to realize that feels right to me. So whatever your guidance is, whatever your joy is, whatever spiritual beliefs make you happy, you have to go with that. Whatever in your belief, in your heart of hearts, you should still believe that, no matter what anyone else says to you. All right? You know, one of the things that I also think that is really important is for us to remember is that we are all uniquely ourselves and children of the divine. But that being said, we are simultaneously all the same. We are all a part of Source, and we're all connected. You know, as we leave 2017 behind, and as we go after 2018, I'm noticing that people have a lot more optimism about 2018 than they did about 2017. And so I posted on my Facebook page a little cartoon. It's just this sweet little thing created by someone called J.M. Nieto. And it's not the kind of thing I usually post, but it was perfect. So I just had to. So in this cartoon, there are two little characters. And one is standing with their arms crossed in what is obviously a sense of anxiety. And the other is busying himself down on his knees with some little task. And the first character says to him, "Why are you so optimistic about 2018? What do you think it will bring? I mean, everything seems so messed up." And the second character says, "I think it will bring flowers." And so the first character then says to him, "Yeah? How come?" And the second character says, "Because I am planting flowers." My dear spiritual family, as we move into the end of 2017 and into this new year, let's all commit to something together. Let's all plant flowers. All right. So those are my thoughts about 2017, 2018. So let's get busy with the RadScopes. Now, I didn't want the RadScopes for 2018 to be this video that's like 2 hours long. Oh my God. And that's what it would do if I was shuffling for every single sign and getting 4 cards for each sign, which is 48 cards, which is more than half the deck of tarot, right? So what I did was I decided I was going to work with angel tarot cards. Angel tarot cards. I'm sorry, animal tarot cards. No. Animal tarot cards. That's what I'm working with. And so what I did was I pre-shuffled. Now, I didn't want any particular sign to not have the full opportunity of all 78 cards. So here's what I did. I shuffled for every card, and then I scanned them. So so these are the 4 cards. Each card represents 3 months. And on the back, so that I wouldn't get confused, I wrote, card number 1 is Queen of Autumn, so that I'm not going like this at you all through this entire thing. So what we are going to do is we are naturally going to start with Aries. And so here we have Aries, and Aries is starting with the Queen of Autumn. And this is January, February, March. Now, what I want to say about the Queen of Autumn is kind of the key words are creativity and abundance. Creativity and abundance. And so when I created this card, I chose the Belgian hare for this card. And one of the reasons I did that is because they're all about abundance and fertility, and they're known for having lots of babies. And that's not to say that you're going to have lots of babies unless you just want to have lots of babies. But I think it's more to say that you will have the opportunity for a lot of creativity. You'll have the opportunity to create all kinds of new and wonderful things that will be prosperous and abundance in January, February, and March. And so that's a good way to start the year. I think you'll agree. Now, the next card is the King of Summer, And for King of Summer, I chose penguins. Now, the key words I would say for April, May, June for Aries is purity in your uniqueness. Purity in your uniqueness. So one of the things that's super cool about penguins is that they're birds that cannot fly. Now, maybe they don't think that's super cool. I don't know. I'm trying to get this in the right place. But one of the things that it says is social norms say that birds fly, right? But penguins don't fly. And so it kind of says it's okay for you to be unique. It's okay for you to go against social norms. It's okay for you to be the true you that is the divine, that is exactly who the person is that you're supposed to be. Now, but I want you to be that in a pure way. I don't want you to be half-hearted about it. I want you to be completely pure about it. One of the things that's super cool about penguins is that penguins can drink salt water because their bodies have this gland in it that filters out all the salt, right? Filters out all the salt. So, so be yourself. And where life is salty, don't worry. Ask the angels for help. Ask the angels to help you to purify that out of your system. Purify that out of your system. Now, card number 3 is renewal and renewal. And so the keywords that I would use for that, for the raccoons that we chose, are clarity and adaptability. So for July, August, September, you'll find yourself in a situation where you're really trying to take a review. Maybe you're reviewing what happened for the last 6 months, but whatever, you're trying to look forward. You're trying to figure out, what am I going to do next? And again, this is for July, August, September. Now, raccoons are really cool. I know a lot of people don't like them, but they're super intelligent and they're fiercely loyal to others in their group. And so, excuse me, they're also very good at problem solving. And so during this time period, you'll be doing that. You'll be looking to the loyalty of other friends. You'll be looking for their help and their assistance, but also doing a lot of problem solving and figuring out where you want to go next. Now, finally, for October, November, December, this is the most challenging quarter for Aries. It's 5 of winter. And so this really talks about integrity and alertness. So what we have is collies. And they're having a little game here, a little struggle of tug of war. So you might find yourself in a little tug of war with someone else. Collies remind us not to get into a situation where we're taking on other people's drama that we don't want to. And so that's one of the things that's very important about this time period, is if you've got a lot of drama queens, or you've got a lot of people who are creating a situation for you where you're going in a way or creating anxiety that you don't want, then maybe you need to push that out of your way. But do so in a way that's full of integrity. Do so in a way that's full of integrity. And choose your battles very wisely in the last quarter of 2018. All right, so that is Aries. So let me grab Taurus here. And we'll change the title. All right, for Taurus. All right, so the first card for Taurus is 8 of winter, and that's buntings. Now, and the key word for that is illusion of entrapment. Illusion of entrapment. Now, buntings are considered to be one of the most beautiful birds in the entire world, and they have a beautiful singing voice. The sad part about that is that's turned them into a really big thing for the pet industry. And so when I did the design work for this particular card with the artist Dan Craig, what I wanted to show was buntings out of the cage, that they had found their freedom, that they had realized that the entrapment that they sensed about their life was truly an illusion. But we still have one bunting that's sitting in the cage. You don't want to be that bunting, okay? Don't be this bunting. Be these buntings. Be the birds that have basically gotten out of the cage. Remember, I don't believe at all in entrapment. I think entrapment is something created by the ego. There is always something we can do, even if it's just baby steps. Baby steps lead to big steps. Baby steps lead to big steps. So just remember that. Now, I think that by April, May, June, we are in Prince of Spring, which is Dolphin, which is opportunity, but also quick choices. Now, that means you've either gotten out of the cage and you've realized that the illusion of entrapment that you were experiencing was just that, an illusion, and you've moved on, or you're about to move on during this time frame. Because this particular card over here is a card that asks us to take advantage of amazing opportunities that show up for us out of the blue. And we have to do it quickly. Here we have a dolphin that is jumping out of the water. Well, dolphins are creatures of water and air, right? They're mammals. And so this dolphin is jumping out of the emotional standpoint of what they are looking at during the time frame of April, May, June, and instead starting to take on a more intellectual standpoint, knowing that that is going to serve them a whole lot better. Now, Tauruses, here's the scoop. I think you backslide just a little bit in the next quarter, because card for July, August, September is ego, Siamese cat, once again trapped by our fears. Now, one of the things that you kind of have to keep in mind about that is that if you're awake to the fact that, oh, maybe I'm making choices based on material things, maybe I'm making choices based on fear, then you can stop and do something about that. Now, Siamese cats are wonderful just like any other cat, but the one thing about Siamese is that they're a little bit more needy than other cats. And let me tell you why before I get letters from Siamese cat people who love them. Siamese cats have two things going against them that a lot of other cats don't have. First of all, they have poor camouflage. Their coloring makes it so that they really can't hide very well from other creatures. And they also do not have night vision as well as other cats have. This makes them a little bit more needy upon their human masters. And so that's why they sort of represent the ego, and they sort of represent this fear or this sense of neediness. So you really kind of just need to be careful about that. And if you see yourself going there, then snap out of it, right? Snap out of it. That's one of the things that's so wonderful about readings for the future is they tell you what to be aware of and what to be worried about. Now, you snap out of it again. You do. You snap out of it because the last card is 10 of Autumn. And this is all about correct decisions, but also contentment. Golden Retrievers, one of the happiest dogs on the planet. They're super happy dogs. But this is about feeling content, feeling like you've got your financial stuff put together in a great way, and really looking forward to moving on to 2018. All right, so that's Aries and Taurus. So now we are going to move on to Gemini. I love Gemini. I've always loved Gemini. All right. For Gemini, the first card is Unity, which is polar bear. Now, this is all about spiritual growth. Spiritual growth, because polar bears are symbolic of that. That's one of the things that they represent. They're also extremely intelligent and able to adapt. So the Unity card kind of asks you to have an open mind about the decisions and the choices that you're making January, February, and March. So during this time, you might really be into that whole spiritual growth thing. Maybe that's the thing that has your focus. Maybe you're looking for your peeps, particularly in a spiritual way. You may be looking for your peeps. And if so, that is the perfect time for you to be doing that. Now, card number 2, which is April, May, June, is the polar bear. No, wait, it's not the polar bear. It's 5 of Autumn, which is the manatee. And so the manatee talks about staying positive. So this is a card that really doesn't want you to get into a negative space. It's very important that you not get into a negative space about anything that's going on. It's also a card that says help will come if you ask for it, and it encourages you to ask for it. Manatees are very, very trusting creatures. They're very loving, very, very, very trusting. And so when they show up, they signify for you to be trusting and to go after exactly what you need by asking for help from other people. Now, card number 3 is Prince of Winter, which is the thoroughbred horse, which is quick and logical action. So these horses are super fast. Oh my God, they can go up to 55 miles an hour. Can you believe it? So they move really, really quickly. They also represent intelligence and the willingness to go the extra mile. So during July, August, September, you're going to be needing to move quickly and go the extra mile. Sounds like you've snapped out of it because manatees really move very, very slowly. So for you to be in the thoroughbred horse position for the third quarter of 2018, you've snapped out of it and things are now moving super, super fast. Super, super fast. Now, the last card is for October, November, December. It is High Priestess, which is the owl. So this is reflecting upon inner wisdom. Reflecting upon inner wisdom. We always think about owls as having this amazing night vision and this amazing ability to see that which other people cannot see. So once again, you slow down. This is one of the things that I'm noticing as some sort of a recurring theme throughout the signs. There seems to be times through 2018 that is fast and slow, or optimism, pessimism. There's this back and forth kind of going on in 2018. So with the owl, October, November, December, this is a time of reflection. This is a time of going within. All that big action from the thoroughbred horse, that's done. You're moving on. Now you get to kind of take some time to once again go within. So you've come full circle. Because you started at polar bear and you're ending at the owl. Both of these are cards that are very spiritual. Both of these are cards that are very much about divine guidance and wisdom that helps us to know what we want to do with our life next. All right. So next, we are going to go on to Cancer. Sorry about my voice, guys. I just can't seem to shake it. It's just driving me nuts. All right. So card 1 for Cancer is 6 of Spring. Now, this is rescue dogs. This is new opportunities and triumph over adversity. So why would we pick a rescue dog for that? Well, think about it for a minute. Rescue dogs are dogs that have been in some way in a situation of challenge or difficulty. They don't have a home. They might have been left behind by somebody, but now they've been chosen. They were chosen. Imagine, for those of you who've rescued a dog, you know that look of joy on their face when they've been brought home, and they know, I was chosen above all others. I am a success. I have triumphed over the adversity that had been placed in front of me. And so that makes January, February, March pretty super cool for Cancers, getting over your adversity and being chosen for being special in some particular way. Now, April, May, June is 4 of Autumn. That's the squirrel. This is balancing work and fun. Okay? So maybe all of this stuff from over here that made you so super successful is making you a little frantic in April, May, June. And, here's the thing about squirrels. They are hardworking. They're constantly preparing for the future, all of that stuff. But they also seem to always be having fun. They're always running around, up and down trees, chasing each other around, or maybe they're just sitting on a branch, who knows. But the thing about squirrels is they know how to whistle while you work. Dun, 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 right? That wasn't great because my voice isn't great. But anyway, it's like whistle while you work. Find the happiness, find the play that is a part of being a balance of work. Now, once again, here we have the Prince of Winter, which is thoroughbred horse, moving quickly and logically. This is one of the reasons why I didn't want to shuffle cards throughout this entire thing, because I wanted the opportunity for the thoroughbred horse to be able to show up for multiple signs. And so that's one of the reasons why we did it that way. All right. So just like I talked about for Gemini, you're going to have to move really, really quickly in July, August, September. It's going to be a super speedy, fast time for you guys. So that means you're going to have to run. All right? Run. But that's okay. Just do it. Get it done. Go the extra mile. Get it done. And finally, your last card for 2018 is Ace of Summer, the Dove, which is all about emotional experiences, new emotional experiences. Now, that can be love. So you might find something romantic going on, or your relationship that you currently have might suddenly flare up and get better in the romance column. Or it could just be an emotional experience that comes into your life that feels really, really good in October, November, December. Also, one of the things about October, November, December is your intuition might bump up. You might find yourself really, really, really starting to find that your intuitive gifts are ramping up. All right, so that's Cancer. Now we're going to move on to Leo. All right, Leo. So first card is Five of Summer. This is Dragonfly. So Dragonfly is all about staying positive and keep moving. Okay, so you might Leos might be tempted to sort of like drag their feet on something, but you can't do that. Think about dragonflies. Dragonflies are amazing. They can go forward, they can go backward, they can go up, they can go down, they can go in all kinds of directions. They're also born of water and of the air. They're both the mixture of emotion and intellect, and balancing those two things and how important that is. So you can sort of sit still, or you can be like a dragonfly and you can zip around going after what you want. Now, I recommend the latter because that leads to the second card for April, May, June, which is the Star, which is Oriole, which is joy and the end of worry, the end of difficult times. And so by zipping around and not procrastinating, you have the opportunity to experience this happiness. Now, one of the things you'll see in this particular card is the 5 rivers of water that are blowing down. This is a little take from traditional tarot, wink, wink, that talks about faith and believing, and that the rewards that come from believing, but also the 5 senses. All right, finally. So card number 3 for Leo is Prince of Autumn, which is Seahorse, which is the need to pause and see things through. So once again, we have a creature that is kind of against society's norms, because what is male seahorses are the ones that give birth to the babies. They're also very cautious. They have a tendency, just like in the picture, to use their tail to grab hold of something underneath the water and not move forward. So while you kind of needed to move forward, the first half of the year, down here, things slow down. And it's more about reflection. It's more about thinking things through. It's more about making sure you've got a great plan before you do anything else. And finally, the 4th card for October, November, December for Leos is the Hermit, which is fireflies, spiritual insight, and shining your light. I love fireflies. I think they're magical, amazing creatures. I mean, they create their own light. And so it'll be a time for you to shine your own light. It might be time for you to be a mentor. It might be time for you to find a mentor. But this is a very spiritual card. It is very much about finding your spiritual truth and being true to that and letting other people see it in a genuine and real way. All right, so let's see. Next we have Virgo. Okay. That's right. So for those of you who are just coming in, we are doing RadScopes for 2018. I am going in the order of the traditional zodiac. When I get done, this video will be posted on Facebook and on YouTube, and you will have the opportunity to go back and look for your sign. That's one of the reasons why I'm taking the time to post the sign's name, so that you can sort of scan quickly through if you don't want to listen to all of the other signs. So let's go with Virgo. Here we go with Virgo. All right. So the first card of Virgo is Nine of Summer. It's Pomeranian. It's wishes come true. Wishes come true. Now, here's a funny thing about Pomeranians that you might not know. Pomeranians used to be big dogs. They were big dogs. But at some point, someone started breeding them to make them small lap dogs for royalty. So one of the things that Pomeranians can therefore symbolize is that hard work leads to wishes come true. In fact, let me just see if I can show you in this card, we have a genie lamp. Wonder why I would do that. So a genie lamp. So definitely January, February, March, super positive for Virgos. Wishes come true. You know what? April, May, June doesn't suck either. It's because it's Ace of Summer. It's the dove. It's new emotional experiences, the upbringing of our intuition and our psychic abilities. Maybe romance comes into our life, or maybe the romance that we already have gets bumped up to a new level. The third card is Nine of Winter. Now, this is Sea Lion. Sea Lion. So the key word for this that I would use is false worries due to negative thinking. False worries due to negative thinking. So you really need to kind of get over that and get over it soon. You do. I can see it right here. But it's just during July, August, September, you might feel like things aren't going your way. And the thing about it is the worry is false. It's unnecessary. You don't need it. It's just fake. It's ego. It's just wrong. You don't need it. So the sooner that you can get rid of it, the sooner that you can just cast this negativity aside and start being positive and using positive mantras and all of those kinds of things, then everything will lead you to this lovely little card right here. This is Three of Autumn. It is a miniature poodle, and it's success through teamwork. Success through teamwork. So poodles are active and proud and very, very smart. And during those 3 quarters, so will you be. So, but one of the things that they do, I mean, poodles win a lot of awards in dog shows, but they don't do it alone. They have a handler. They have other people around them. They have groomers. They have all kinds of things going on that really does help them. And so you're encouraged to work in a team. You're encouraged to work in a team and towards a creative endeavor. And if you do that, then things will go very positively for you. Very positive for you. Okay, guys, we're halfway through, and we're halfway through the hour. So that works, right? Okay, so here we go. All right, Libra. Okay, let's talk about Libra here. All right. So the first card for Libra is, again, Sea Lion. We just talked about this for Virgo. So this is the inclination to think in negative terms, to be in a place of worry and fear. But you really shouldn't be in a place of worry and fear. You really shouldn't. Because it isn't real. It simply isn't real. And so one of the things that you need to do is just get to a place where you have positive mantras, you have positive people around you. One of the things I talk about is the sorcerer's wave, cancel, clear, delete. Every time you say a negative thing to yourself, cancel, clear, delete. All right. Now the next card is April, May, June. This is the Prince of Winter, Seagull. And this is solutions by intellect over emotion. So here we have a bird that definitely flies high over the water a lot. So again, intellect is air, water is emotion. So intellect over emotion. One of the things that you will need to be cautious of is you might get really some excellent advice from some other people. But maybe it doesn't come in a way you like it. You don't like the way the advice was sent to you. And so what it really encourages you to do is don't throw the baby away with the bathwater. Don't throw away the message just because the messenger didn't deliver it to you in such a great way. Instead, keep the message and move forward to here, which is the third card. Oh, I'm sorry, here, the third card. So it's release, which is peacock. And this is release the past for new beginnings. Now, one of the reasons why peacocks are considered to be that is because they sort of resemble the mythological phoenix, which is known to blow up in fire, especially on Harry Potter, and then be reborn. And so it asks us to release the past so that we can move on, so that we can be in this place of positiveness and we can embrace what is coming for us in the rest of the year. And that pays off because, again, the last card is Star Oriole, which is happy times. It's the end of difficult times. So whatever you were challenged with earlier on in the year, you get past it. You finally do get past it, and things start to look a whole lot better for you. And you end the year in a place of happiness. You end the year in a place of faith. You end the year in a place of joy. All right, moving on. Let's see. Another sign I really like. Actually, I like them all. Don't think I'm not playing favorites. Scorpio. All right, Scorpio. All right, my Scorpio friends. All right. So the first card for Scorpio is a card that we have seen a lot, and we're going to talk about that at the end of this because there are certain cards that just came up over and over and over. So we're going to talk about that at the end. But again, Ace of Summer, the dove. This is new emotional experiences that are very positive. It's love, it's romance, it's relationships that get a brand new kind of bump up in their energy, but also psychic gifts that really kind of move forward. Your intuition really gets a big push forward. Now, here's a card that we haven't seen throughout any of the readings, and this is Seven of Winter, which is Magpie. And this is a card that sort of talks about needing to make a change in direction, distractions that keep us off our path. I mean, here we have a magpie, and magpies are beautiful and very intelligent birds. You may not know this, but they have one of the most complicated communication languages of any animal on the planet. So they're very intelligent, but they like shiny things, which I can relate to. I understand that, but they steal them from other people, which I don't relate to. So one of the things that I did when I wanted to do was I didn't want to make it just that they could steal material things from you, but they could also steal your peace. There's a peace sign in there, right? And there's a key. They could steal the key to your path. And there's a whistle, which is a call to action from heaven. A call to action from heaven. So one of the things, I call these heads up cards, and it's like, now you know. It's like, don't get distracted in January, February, March. Stay on point. And if you need to make a change of plans, be willing to make a change of plans. It's okay. All right? So moving forward to July, August, September is Queen of Queen of Autumn. Another card that keeps showing up in all the signs, or not all the signs, but a lot of them. This is Belgian hare, and it's creativity and productivity. So once again, the Belgian hare, they have lots of babies. The thing about their babies, though, is that unlike other rabbits, they're able to fend off their other animals almost right from birth. So that makes them able to procreate and not lose a lot of their babies. So you can be creative, you can be productive, you can get a lot of things done. This is also a card of great abundance and prosperity. So we like that, right? Now, here's a card that I don't think has shown up anywhere for anybody else. It's Ace of Winter. It's Panda. And what it talks about is, hey, baby, reach. Reach, baby, reach, right? Don't stop. Pandas, they eat bamboo. It's almost their entire diet, but it can be in really difficult places to reach. So this card can symbolize the challenge that you have in trying to accomplish something. But if you just keep going, if you don't stop, if you reach for what you really, really want, then you will be successful. You will get what you want. All right, Scorpios, there you go. 2018 for you. Here's a sign I happen to know something about. Sagittarius. Okay, here, let's get Sagittarius up here. All right. So for Sagittarius, we seem to be procrastinating a little bit in January, February, March. I have a book deadline in March. So I can relate to this as a quintuple Sagittarius. I need to get way more busy than I have been. Anyway, so two of winter is a card of choices. It's a card of making choices. There's two dachshunds here. One is long-haired, one is short-haired, right? And what are dachshunds? Dachshunds are very intelligent dogs, but they're kind of close to the ground, right? So pick choices that are very grounded, right? Very grounded. And this is a card where we're torn and procrastinating, but we really do need to get busy. Now, here's a card that we've seen before. This is Squirrel, is 4 of Autumn. This is balance through balancing work with fun. So obviously, April, May, June, we have gotten our acts together, fellow Sagittariuses, and we are having a lot of fun. We are having a lot of fun. We're getting a lot of work done, but we're enjoying it. We're loving it, and we're having a great time. So just like squirrels who are constantly active and busy and running around, getting stuff done, they're also having a lot of fun, and so are we. Now, the next card is 3. It's 6 of Water, Rescue Cat. This is a card that showed up a lot in this year's readings. This is new adventures and end of troubles. So much like the 6 of Spring, which is the rescue dog, with Rescue Cat, I went with the concept of cats that are rescued are happy, they're joyful. By the way, at this minute, we have 444 reactions to this video. So I just had to point that out, 444. That's spiritual Sagittarius. We love that, right? Okay, so this is where we get to the place, because rescue cats, they're so joyful, they're so happy, they've been through such adversity, they've been through so much trouble, and now they're excited, now they're happy, now they're on a new adventure, and they're joyful and so happy to be a part of their new families. And that's what we'll be experiencing in July, August, September, this sense of freedom. Freedom! All right? Finally, another card that showed up over and over and over in these readings, Queen of Autumn, creativity and abundance. So we're going to be busy creating, Sagittariuses. For those of you who only fast forwarded and didn't listen to the rest of the video, this is Belgian hare. Belgian hare, they're known for having lots of babies that are able to take care of themselves right from the beginning. And they're symbols of abundance and prosperity and creativity. And that's what we'll be experiencing in October, November, and December. All right, 3 more to go. It is time for Capricorns. Capricorns. All right, Capricorns. So your first card, this is a card that we have seen before. It's King of Summer. It's Penguin. It's purity, but through our own uniqueness. So if you didn't listen to all of the video, one of the things that I talked about with penguins is that they don't follow society's norms. They're birds that cannot fly. And so they encourage us to be unique, to be ourselves, to be our own eclectic weirdo people that we are, and to do it with a purity of intention. The purity of intention is because penguins can drink salt water because they have a gland that filters out all the salt. And so salt is very purifying. It's something I'm going to be doing here very soon because I just read Denise Lynn's new amazing book. And so I'm going to be doing some work with salt water for purification. And so it's creativity through purity. Now, here's that card that I just talked about just a moment ago with Sagittarius, 6 of Winter, Rescue Cat, freedom and end of worries. So whatever's been stressing you out for the beginning of the year, Capricorns, in April, May, June, it is gone. You'll be happy. You'll be experiencing freedom. You'll be experiencing a sense of adventure. You'll be experiencing this sense of yay, yay, yay. here we go. And boy, do you go. Because for July, August, September, it is the sun. Have you heard of the bluebird of happiness? Well, that's what you're talking about. This is accomplishment and recognition for the work that you have done. So great stuff for Capricorns. It's going to be amazing. All this acknowledgement and recognition for what you have been doing. That leads to the magician, the unicorn. You can do anything. It will be magic for Capricorns. Capricorn's reading is one of the most positive ones of all of the signs for 2018. You guys are hard workers and you deserve anything you get. And boy, that hard work is going to be paying off for Capricorns in 2018. All right, just 2 more to go. We've got next is Aquarius. All right, Aquarius. So a slow start for intellectual Aquarius. The first card that we have is 4 of Winter. That is koala bears. Okay, I just met a koala bear in Australia. That was a super good experience. So it's about a slow start. It's about rest, meditation, going within. Maybe you're exhausted from 2017 and you just need a break. But things will move rather slowly in for 2018 in the first 3 quarters, January, February, March. Now, they don't move much faster in April, May, June, because you are Manatee, 5 of Autumn. So this is working on your negative thoughts, Aquariuses. Now, I am married to an Aquarius. I know how you guys are. And so you think, and think yourselves into a tizzy. And so you really need to get control of that, so that you don't go negative because of where you're headed for the rest of the year, which is way better. Okay, things are just kind of slow for the first 6 months, but you know, in March, April, May, June, make sure that you ask for help when you need it. Ask for help from the angels. Ask for help from God, divine source, your spirit guides, wherever you want to go, or friends. Chosen family, you know how big I am about that, from How to Build Your Own Genie, my new book. And that leads to 10 of Autumn, golden retrievers, contentment and financial security. See, it gets better. It gets better. It's just a little slow for the first half of the year, and then things really start to feel pretty darn good for you in July, August, September. So very positive, contentment, a sense that things are finally going right for you financially, leading to October, November, December, which is balance, which is compromise, balance, working with others. So zebras are neither black nor white. They're both. And here's some really crazy things you may not know about zebras. First of all, zebra stripes are like fingerprints, people. They're like fingerprints. Other zebras can tell each other apart by the uniqueness of their stripes. Isn't that crazy? That is wild. I love that about them. And they are very big about working together in a community. So show your stripes. Be proud of them. Be in balance. Be in the community of the people that you're working with. And that's what's going to be really important for you in October, November, December. Now, last but never, ever, ever least, another favorite sign of mine, Pisces. So for Pisces, all right, a card we've seen over and over, all right? 6 of Water, Rescue Cat. It's freedom and end of difficulties. Freedom and end of difficulties. So, again, that whole concept of a rescue cat, an animal that has gone through distress and trouble and lack of freedom and a sense of anxiety, and that all gives way to freedom and adventure and joy that comes from gratitude. Remember, rescue cats, along with rescue dogs, these are creatures of great gratitude. They know they've been rescued. They know that, and they give gratitude. So remember, when January, February, March goes so well for Pisces, Give gratitude to whoever it is, whatever belief system you work with, God, Kuan Yin, Goddess, I don't care, Buddha, pick, whatever. But give your angels, give gratitude for this new freedom. Now, next we have Queen of Summer, which is Swan. So this is heightened intuition, but also the importance of seeing your own value. Seeing your own value. Pisces, you guys can be bad about this. I know, I'm surrounded by Pisces. And so you can forget how special you are. You can forget how magical you are. You can forget how great you are. And so it is really, really, really important that you do that. Now, you might have had some challenges as you went through this time frame trying to get to that place, because when we get to July, August, September, it's 10 of winter, it's Siberian Husky, and this is changes and adaptability. Another thing this card means is another sense of the end of difficult times. Now, let me show you something really important about this card. Here we have our Siberian Husky, and she has hold of her own leash. Nobody's leading this little girl around. Nobody. And one of the reasons why Siberian Huskies are considered to be all about adaptability is because they were bred in one of the harshest environments in all the world, and they still found a way to thrive and survive. Now, I love this because it's the last card for the last sign, and it's the first card of tarot. And it's the Dreamer, which is shepherding puppy. And it's about new beginnings and taking leaps of faith. And so Pisces will be doing this in October, November, December. You'll have new opportunities. Kind of think about this baby as jumping over from one year to the next. And so that's what you'll be doing. You'll be jumping from 2018 to 2019, and you will have the opportunity to really do some great things. But also notice, this is the only card in Animal Tarot cards that has an angel in it. The angel is right there watching you guys while you take this leap of faith. Now, there's one last thing before we go that I wanted to talk to you about. And that is that there were 3 cards that seem to come up over and over and over throughout the readings. And so I want to talk about those 3 cards. Those 3 cards are Ace of Summer, 6 of Winter, and Queen of Autumn. And they came up over and over throughout the readings. And so what I did was I pulled those 3 cards out of Animal Tarot cards, and I shuffled the 3 amongst themselves, and then I laid them out into a 3-card reading. So what we have here, the first card for 2018, and consider this like a general reading for all of 2018, is Ace of Summer. And so again, a positive emotional experience. And I think that a lot of us had positive hopes for 2017, or we had worries, like I said at the beginning of all of this. And so this is the card of the past. And so we'll be leaving behind those emotional experiences, whether they were positive, whether they were negative. We're going to be in 2018 leaving behind those positive emotions. This is also a card that represents a connection with the divine, with God. Some people say Mother Mary, if that's something that resonates with you. And so we'll be reaching out for positive emotions and leaving behind negative emotions as we start this year. Next, that rescue cat, right? That great rescue cat. 6 of Winter, a sense of freedom that comes with 2018. Maybe letting go of those emotions that didn't feel so great. That's our sense of adventure, our sense of freedom, a new sense of positiveness, of the opportunities to go where we really want to go. And last, but certainly not least, that Queen of Autumn, that Belgian hare who is strong, she is creative, she is resourceful, she creates lots of projects, and she's very abundant and prosperous. So that's what I'm seeing for us in general for 2018, leaving behind the challenging emotions, finding our freedom and new adventures, and creativity and prosperity. So I'm Radley Valentine. For those of you who came in late, this is going to be posted on Facebook. You will have the opportunity to go back and look at your own RadScope or RadScopes of people that you love and have the opportunity to look at it. It will also be posted on YouTube. Love all of you guys. Take care and have a magical, wonderful, amazing 2018. And remember always, life is magic.